The next Battlefield seemingly has everything it needs to succeed. Several world-class studios between DICE, Criterion, Ripple Effect, and Motive, all new talent from top-tier properties like Vince Zampella and Byron Bede, and more time, effort, and money invested under new management than ever before. In short, I'm pretty optimistic for the next game. From all the leaks I've seen online, the playtests and updates from the devs, and an upcoming reveal booked for later this summer, and it all looks to be going really well. Battlefield seems to be back on track to create what looks to be a successor to the legendary Battlefield 3. However, there's one big thing that's been creeping into my mind, one massive concern, and that's the fanbase itself. Because honestly, Battlefield as a brand may be too far gone at this point. No matter how great the new game is, how much time and money they pour into it, people have simply tuned out their marketing, as during Battlefield 5, and certainly during Battlefield 2042, it became fashionable to hate on the franchise. And that's not me blaming the fans, because if you look back over the last few years, you'll see a pattern where the developers and community managers harassed their fanbase, mocked criticism, and talked down to their paying customers, thus burning bridges no amount of marketing, new hiring, nor money may ever fix. DICE specifically created a culture war with the fans, a war they ultimately lost as sales tanked, outspoken staff like Alex Formoso quit, and EA gutted the team. DICE now appears to be nothing more than a multiplayer production studio, as narrative, map design, and single player have been divided amongst the other studios and new leadership, specifically developers located in North America, like Ripple Effect. This upcoming title is going to have a really uphill battle, as it looks to correct the sins of its predecessors years after pushing away those die-hard fans, and well over a decade since the franchise and that fanbase were relevant to begin with. But to defend my shimmer of optimism, Battlefield is entering a pretty open market this holiday, with GTA being delayed into next year, Call of Duty just being on rails again, and Marathon almost certainly being delayed or crashing out. Battlefield has a real opportunity here, and it feels like for once, they're making the most of it. From what I've seen between leaked footage, developer talking points, and official gameplay, the game seems to be hitting all the hallmarks of a great Battlefield, even bringing back some fun little features like Commander Mode. Several months out, and the game seems to be hitting its stride, which it should be after all this investment. It's a shame that it took years of neglect, dozens of other dead franchises, and multiple failed titles for EA to finally understand what they need to do. Open a dialogue with fans, shake up the leadership, and double down on an IP that deserves way more than it's gotten over the past decade. Hell, even EA's CFO told investors they have no plans of raising the price of games to $80 like so many of its peers. EA seemingly knows what it needs to do, from playtesting to pricing, yet I'm worried at this rate it won't be enough. Every single post Battlefield makes, every single video a creator drops, and every new advertisement 2042 pushes is just filled with hate comments, even 4 years after the last game's release. And at this point, it's just acting outraged for the sake of it. Like this comment saying how he's tired of quote-unquote being force-fed black people while talking about a new skin for Irish, the fan favorite, gritty military protagonist from one of gaming's all-time favorite shooters, Battlefield 4. Like I said, at this point, it's just trendy to hate on Battlefield, as many of these comments are just lame, unintelligent rage posts attacking politics or race in a game that had much larger issues. 2042 deserved much of the hate, but 4 years on and people are just coming up with random hate comments to drag a game that does have real struggles with content, balance, narrative, and map design. But like I said, that's what the community has decided is cool to do, and that'll be Battlefield's biggest hurdle. A great game that has to make up for the sins of its predecessors in more ways than one, while also facing a potentially insurmountable wall of hate. So at this point, my advice, sit back, watch things unfold, reserve your judgment, and just hope the game's greatness overcomes everything else. But guys, what are you worried about with the next title? At this point, SBMM seems to be absent, gunplay seems stable, and even destruction is making a big return. Let me know in the comments below. And for everything else Battlefield, stay tuned and subscribe, and as always, thank you guys for watching.